My mum was an actress, played Peter Pan just before I was born, around that time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I always had an image of her skipping around in tights.
Uh-huh.
Gather round, this is the tombstone of Peter Pan, R.I.P. Say a prayer for all the children, everyone who still believes.
My mum knew the daughter of one of these actresses that had played it, you know, back in the early 20s. And she'd played Peter Pan for years, this actress, and it had really kind of affected her.
Mm-hmm.
And even when she was an old woman, if you went round and visited her, she would greet you sitting on the mantelpiece with a cup of tea, you know, and you'd have to sort of sit there and act as if everything was normal. So, yeah, for some people it affects them more than others.
Peter Pan, he won't come back. They chained his feet and broke his back.
Yeah, I was reading a book about J.M. Barrie, the writer, and about the story of Peter Pan. And it's a very spooky. Peter Pan isn't quite as gay and whimsical as maybe, because the Disney film made a big impact, I think. And
Mm-hmm.
Actually the story and even the play, there's a lot of subtext that is about tragedy and loss and all kinds of things. So it's quite evocative. It's about the shadow side of life, as well as just all the gays skipping around the pond at Kensington Gardens.
This ain't no fairy tale, this grave is there for all to see. Gather round, all good children, gather round in memory. Peter Pan, R.I.P.
It's your own, you know, your own relationship with the story changes. Peter Pan, his original story is very much drawing on other folk stories and fairy tales, and like all Celtic fairy tales, they're very spooky and they're all about death, basically love and death and childhood, the trauma of being a child and realizing that you're alone in the world. You know, there's something happens where a kid realizes he's not going to be a kid forever, and that he's separate from his parents. There's like a whole kind of shift in the child's mind. It's kind of like a type of death, early death, and so I think that's part of the story. I really want. We have an old friend called Don Pecker, who's a real character and a street musician, and an old friend. He's very photogenic, very charismatic. We're just looking for an excuse to film him.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's the old man with the beard?
yeah, this is the old guy with the beard, the hobo. So we thought, you know, I was just trying to find some kind of narrative that would allow us to film him. And then we got all our kids in the video too, so it's like a glorified home movie, basically. So definitely my favourite video.